Hi, let's have a look at this Microsoft Power Automate community thread. So the question asking here is how to clear a person field using HTTP post. So for this, I have got a list called bank record reports. Under the list settings, here I got a field called send to, which is a single selection field. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to set a name now. Okay, I set a name. Now using Power Automate, we need to clear these values. And for that, I'm going to use a manual trigger, create. So for the operation, we need to know the ID. So to get the ID, I'm going to use the Sharepoint connector called getItems. And I'm not going to filter anything particular about finding the record. I'm going to use getting all records because I only got one record. That's the only reason. And next I'm going to add a compose and add the ID there. So that's the ID we want to use later. Okay, we got the ID now. So the question is mainly based on how to do this via a HTTP post. Okay, so for that I'm going to use again SharePoint connector, send HTTP request, and for that I need to select here the SharePoint site name, and then I'm going to use the post method. Then we need to use the endpoint, the URI, and some headers we need to set, and the body we need to set. Okay. So the URI we need to set here is underscore API web list get by title bank. You could use a space here. You don't need to use the %20. Items, and under the items I need the ID, which is it's already in the compose, or I can directly map the ID there also like that. Okay. The next we need to set some header values. Okay, so for the header values we need the following. So we need accept content type if match x HTTP method is merge. So that's our header. I'm going to put all these under the video description. Okay. And then finally we need the body as well. So for the body, what we want is we want a JSON which should contain with single quotes metadata. So remember, when you type metadata, you need 2 underscores. Okay, that's quite important. If it's 1 underscore, it will fail. You need 2 underscores there. Okay, and then here, this is also another key thing. For the space, you need to use underscore x 0020 because I got spaces in my list names. Okay. So you can't put here %20 and %20. So how do I find it? I'll show you a technique where the way I found out is if you use the underscore API web / list. I need to remove the list there. Here we go. And search for bank. And then look for the list item name. See, here it is. List item entity type full name. And that's a name we want to put that under the body. That's where I found out. Okay, that is underscore x0020. That's for the spaces. Then reports list item. See that? Okay, that's quite important as well. Okay, let's execute this. So for this, I'm going to say demo update null, demo update clear, person group field. Okay, let's run this flow now. Okay, flow ran successfully. You can see the step HTTP request executed successfully. Let's go back to the SharePoint and see that's been cleared. Yes, that's been cleared now. Okay, so there are a couple of things to remember. The first thing is you need the ID, and then under the get title, you could use %20. I'm not using that. I just put spaces. Then under the body, you need this is the key information as well, underscore x0020. If the list item have some spaces, okay? And then that's your list name. So that's a list name. Then at the end, you need list item also. And then, for the send to, behind the scene, you need to put send to ID. So the ID is also a keyword there. That's another key thing to remember. So there are a couple of things you need to remember here, yeah? So to clear the values, you need the ID with the field name. Then if your list got spaces, you need to substitute with underscore x0020. And then at the end, you need this keyword also, list item. Okay, thank you for watching.